In this episode, we look at pronouns. Hi boys and girls. In the last lesson, we focused on nouns, and this week we're going to turn our attention to pronouns. Objective: students will use personal and possessive pronouns in different contexts. Engage. Let's review. A pronoun is a word that replaces a noun or nouns. Now underline the pronouns in the paragraph below. Without light, we could not see anything. I often enjoy the view of different colors of the rainbow and the beautiful petals that attract the bees in my garden. This is only possible because light from the sun reflects from the objects and enters our eyes. People who have lost their sight use other senses to appreciate the pleasure of nature. They learn to listen to the sweet sounds of the birds and smell the nectar from the blooming plants. Those of us who are sighted are grateful that we are able to use all our senses to enjoy our environment. Now it says explore, complete the table below with the pronouns you have identified and fill in the singular or plural where required. Think. The word my is in the paragraph above. Is it a pronoun or an adjective? Explain your answer. So let's go back to the passage to find where we have my. So here's the word my. It says I often enjoy the view of different colors of the rainbow and the beautiful petals that attract the bees in my garden. Now it says explain here. Pronouns are used as substitutes or replacements for nouns, especially when you are writing sentences in your essays. Pronouns become useful in order for your writing to be clear. For example, if you were writing about Mr. Brown, you could say, Mr. Brown has a shop in my community. Mr. Bowen sells groceries and snacks. For example, if you were writing about Mr. Bowen, you could say, Mr. Bowen has a shop in my community. Mr. Bowen sells groceries and snacks. Instead of repeating his name so many times, you could use a pronoun. Mr. Bowen has a shop in my community. He sells groceries and snacks. Personal pronouns. There are a few different types of pronouns, and some pronouns belong to more than one category. She and her are known as personal pronouns. Other personal pronouns are I and me, you, he and him, it, we and us, as well as they and them. Antecedents. Pronouns are versatile. The pronoun it can refer to just about anything: a bike, a tree, a movie, a feeling. That is why you need an antecedent. An antecedent is a noun or noun phrase that you mention at the beginning of a sentence or story and later replace with a pronoun. In the example below, the antecedent is underlined and the pronoun that replaces it is bold. So here's the example. Tracy loves to read. She says books take her to places she cannot really go in person. So the antecedent is Tracy, and we replace Tracy's name with she in two instances. So whenever we see she, we know that it's in direct reference to Tracy. Here's another example. The children waited patiently for the buses to take them home. Now, who is this them that is being referred to? The antecedent would be children. Possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns come in two flavors: limiting and absolute. My, your, its, his, her, our, their, and whose are those used to show that something belongs to an antecedent. Sarah is working on her application. Just put me back on my bike. The students practice their presentation after school. The antecedents are Sarah, me, and the students. Important note: if there is no antecedent in the sentence, the word is a possessive adjective. Example: your house is big. Their car is blue. In the engagement activity, my was used as a pronoun because it referred to the antecedent I. The absolute possessive pronouns are mine, yours, his, hers, ours, and theirs. The absolute forms can be substituted for the thing that belongs to the antecedent. Absolute possessive pronouns are mine, your, his, her, ours, and theirs. The absolute form can be substituted for the thing that belongs to the antecedent. Have you finished your assignment? Carrie has finished his. These books are mine. I have my own toys and my brothers have theirs. Some possessive pronouns are easy to mix up with similar looking contractions. Remember, possessive personal pronouns don't include apostrophes. Again, remember, possessive personal pronouns don't include apostrophes. Elaborate. Write a paragraph using the correct pronouns to replace the underlined words. Yesterday, my friends and I went to catch fish in the Rio Cobre. So maybe yesterday we went to catch fish in the Rio Cobre. Many of the fish, many of them, come to the surface of the water when my friends and I throw our fishing lines with meat on it. We use smaller fish as bait, and we usually catch the smaller fish from the stream that flows near our house. When the fish reaches for the bait, the hook holds the fish's mouth. My mother does not like it when we go to the river by ourselves. So, my mother, I guess we could say she usually asks my uncle to accompany us. My uncle, maybe we could say he comes with us all the time, but my uncle does not join in the activity. He sits nearby reading a book. My friends and I look forward to the next fishing trip because we enjoy the fishing trip. Maybe we could say we enjoy it. We go every Saturday if my parents and my friends' parents allow us. Evaluate. Write a paragraph about an activity you did with your friends or family and focus on using pronouns correctly. In this episode, we looked at pronouns, we looked at the personal pronouns and the possessive pronouns. Remember to leave your comments below defining pronouns and give examples of your own work. Take care. I'll see you in the next episode.